beaders, it's Jerry. Welcome back to Beachside Bead Boutique. And if you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and you will be notified of all my uploads. And on my channel, I do jewelry DIYs, bead unboxing videos, and bead hauls. And today we are going to be making some beaded stretch bracelets. And I am actually going to use some of the curated bead boxes that I have because I do have quite a bit of beads left from each box. So I just thought, you know, maybe some of you needed some ideas of some things that you could do with the beads that you have left from the curated bead box. So I figured I would just go ahead and make some easy stretch bracelets using those beads. So some of the basic items that you're going to need are, you will need stretch cord, and this is 0.8 millimeter, flush cutters or wire cutters, and then I have my bent nose pliers, and I have round nose pliers. So you don't necessarily need these kind of tools, but you will need something to open and close jump rings and attach those and attach charms to your bracelets. I have some gold and silver head pins. Well, these aren't head pins. These are the loop head pins, whatever they're called. I can't think of it. So yeah, so that's some of just the basic things that you're going to need. Also, I do have some jump rings in assorted colors. And then I also have some bead caps because I probably will use some of these on the bracelets. Okay, so we're just gonna design and see where it goes. Nothing specific, nothing planned, you know, as usual, because I don't have things planned a lot of the time. So the first box that I'm going to start with is a Twilight Twinkle. I believe this was the box from I think April. So, and I really love these colors in this box. And as you can see, I mean, I do have quite a bit of the beads left. Now I'm just going to take some wire. I believe this is 18 gauge, and I got this from Walmart. It's the Cousin DIY, and it came in a pack with a few other different colors. I think it was about 6 little rolls of the wire. So you just want to cut yourself a, I don't know, a nice length. Not really measuring it, I'm just cutting a piece that looks like a good size, because I'm not making my bead any kind of specific size. Okay, so I'm just going to take a pencil. I'm going to take my wire and I'm just going to wrap it to get it started and push your end down. And you can hold it like this just to get it going. And I'm just going to wrap the wire. And it really doesn't have to be neat. And then I'm just going to kind of take it, wrap all around the wire, wrap it around itself. So you have something like that. So no rhyme or reason, nothing neat. And you could actually now take your round nose pliers and just kind of loop this at the edge. And then press that down just to seal it off. Okay, so like I said, nothing specific, just a wire bead. Now I'm going to take my stretch cord. I'm just going to leave the stretch cord on my roll. But I am going to put a bead stopper right here. Okay, and you also will need a bead stopper and scissors. Okay, but you will figure all that out as you go. I'm going to go ahead and put this bead on first. And then I'm going to use some of my bead caps, and I'm going to use gold. Okay, I have a nice little stash out here. All right, so I'm going to start by, let's see, putting the bead cap on. And then I'm going to put this light purple bead on. And then I'm going to put the other bead cap on. And then let's see, let's do this. Let's do the blue pink one. And then put a bead cap. And let's do the deep purple. And then another bead cap. Oh, it's pretty so far. Okay. And then let's put 3 of these little pink purple ones. Okay. Now we'll go back to the start and do the bead cap, light purple, bead cap, then the pink, Okay, so this is how I'm ending it with this bead. So this is my pattern. Okay, let me go ahead and cut this. And now we're just going to tie. Now, you may not have as many beads on yours if you need it to be smaller than I do. So just measure your wrist as you go. And, you know, maybe not put as many of these pink and purple beads. So maybe take off one on each section, so you're only using 2 on each section. You know, you could do it however you want to if you don't need it as large. Then you're going to take your cord and tie it, pull, and tie it again. Now you're going to double tie, so you're going to go under twice, pull, and then do it one time, pull, then 2 times, okay, and then I like to take my finger right by the knot and just kind of hold the knot and pull one side. Don't break it, but pull it. That kind of pulls that knot down. And then do the same with the other side. Hold the knot and pull with the other cord. And then you could take your scissors and cut it close to the knot, but not cutting the knot. And then I'm just going to take my brush on glue and just brush it onto the knot just a little bit, just to kind of hold that knot so it doesn't slip with this stretch cord. And just let that dry for a second. And then you're done. Let it go. And see, now your knot is hidden by the wire bead that we made. I mean, it's in there, so that way you won't see your knot. And I think it is very pretty. I love these colors. This was one of my favorite boxes from Curated Bead Box that I've received so far. It's definitely very spring and summery, you know, bright. But these are the kind of colors that I like. Just like this. Nice, bright, bold. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this one step further. I mean, that looks beautiful just like this. So you can leave it just like this. I think this is really pretty. Very nice. So pretty. Okay. But now what I'm going to do is, because I want this kind of, I don't know, kind of funky, so kind of boho funky, okay? So I'm going to use this bead that I have. This is a wire wrapped paper bead. So I made this bead and then I just wire wrapped it, and then I put just a couple of little seed beads throughout. I mean, I really like this. I love making paper beads, so I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube where you can learn how to make paper beads, and In fact, I will link one in my description box. Okay, so I'm going to take my jump ring, and I have a gold one. I'm using my bent nose pliers and my round nose pliers, and I'm going to just open this and then put my paper bead, and then I'm going to place this on my bead that we made. See, I'm just putting it through the wire. And then I'm going to close my jump ring. Voila! Well, here is our bracelet with our wire wrapped paper bead. I think it looks so pretty. I love it with this bead. I think that is so cute. And like I said, I love these beads. I love the color. Okay, next I'll be making a bracelet using my Rose Garden from a Curated Bead Box. And I think this was from May. And again, I love these beads. I mean, this is a beautiful, bold assortment of colors that I really love. And then this is the glass bead mix that came with it. And again, that is so pretty. So I think I'll be making some charms with these. And then we also have this red assortment of beads. And then we have these really cute bumblebee beads, and then also some little rose beads. So yeah, so we'll make something using this. I think that's really pretty beads. Okay, let's make some charms first. So I'm going to use this little bead mix to make charms, and maybe some of these little bumblebees. Okay, so you take your head pin and let's see. Put your beads on, whatever kind you want. Whatever floats your boat. Cut your head pin. And then we're going to make our charm. Bend that back. And then loop it back on itself. Okay, so I went ahead and made some charms. Aren't they really cute? I love these colors. Okay, so now I'm going to take my stretch cord and pre-stretch. Just give it a good stretch throughout. And I have my bead stopper. Oops. And I have my bead stopper on. Okay. And pre-stretching your cord is going to help the longevity of your bracelet because, you know, as time goes on and putting the beads on and charms and stuff, so the weight of that is going to make your cord sag. So if you pre-stretch it, then that's going to prevent that pre-sagging and then also, you know, breaking because you're stretching the fibers ahead of time. So that's why we pre-stretch. And I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see, I'm going to put one of these. And then I'm going to put a smaller bead next. We'll use this one. And again, this is no specific pattern. See this. And then we'll put our bumblebee bead. And bumblebee. Okay, so this is how we're going to end it, by putting another one of these silver rose beads and then 4 of the little glass bead mix. And then I'm going to put this little orange wooden bead that came in the box. And I'm going to put it through and like that. That's why I put these glass beads here, so that'll make this go over them, because it's not going to fit over these beads here. And then you're going to go ahead and tie it. Make sure it's not too loose. And obviously you don't have to use all these beads if it's going to be too big for you. And I'm going to go ahead and tie it just the same way that we did the first one. Okay, now we can cut our cord. Make sure you get close to the knot. And then we want to put a little bit of glue. Just separate the beads and put a little bit of glue over your knot to seal the knot in place. Okay, and then while your glue is still wet, push your bead over that knot. Okay, that looks cute. Okay, so this is how our bracelet looks. I think it is really cute. I love the colors. Okay, I'm going to take some silver jump rings, and they're going to have to be larger because I'm going to put the charms on here. And I'm going to open this up. Actually, we can put 2 charms on 1 jump ring. Close it up. And if we need more charms, then we'll make more charms. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. Yeah, I don't think we need any more charms, but I do have this bumblebee. So I think I'm going to add this to it too, since we got our little bumblebees and our flowers. So I think that will be a cute addition. Maybe should we take, let's see if we put the bumblebee. See how this looks. Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. I love this one. It's so pretty. So we got my rose garden and our Twilight Twinkle. And obviously this one does have a little bit of weight to it since we have this whole, you know, bead dangle going on here. So just be mindful of that. And then I think now I'm going to use Western Whimsy. Okay, so I'll get that together and then we'll go ahead and do something with that. Okay, so this is Western Whimsy. And again, a pretty assortment of beads. So I think we could make a really pretty bracelet with this. And I'm going to use the stretch cord that came in the box. Pre-stretch. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to take a wired bead, just like the first one. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to put that on first. Let's take a silver bead cap. And then we're going to take this big bead. And then we're going to take another silver bead cap. Oops. Actually, let's use, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll put a brighter color. Let's use one of these small pink green beads. Let's use 2 of these. And then we're going to take this pinkish bead, this pink crackle bead. And then we'll put silver bead cap. And then the darker green. Silver bead cap. And then we'll put 2 of these. So this is what we have so far. went ahead and attached a charm to this. So this is the same as the first. That's a paper bead that I wire wrapped. And then I just attached the charm to the wire. I think it's really cute. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I think it's so cute. We could actually put a couple of beads on here if we wanted. Okay, so I'm just going to make some bead charms, just like I have in the past. Put my bead on my head pin. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers right up to the top of my bead. And then bend this back. And then reposition my pliers to the top of that bend. And then you're going to bring it around that top loop. And then you're going to reposition your pliers to having the loop on the bottom part of your round nose pliers. And then you're going to take it and wrap. And then cut your wire all the way down to where that's sticking out. Don't cut your wire that your bead is on. Okay. Now make sure you smash it down so there's no sharp edges. We got an edge right there. Okay. Now we could do one more. Okay, so now let's attach our little charms. And I'm just going to use the jump rings that came with the Curated Bead Box. Okay, so this is what we have. I think it looks really cute. It's cute. Really like it. Cute. Oh, this is really boho and a lot of stuff going on here, ain't it? Actually, it is cute. I mean, look, if we wanted to wear these all together, oh boy, we would make a bold statement, wouldn't we? I mean, all this. I love it. I think it looks really cute. Okay, so these are the stretch bracelets that we used making the past curated bead boxes. And this is mainly just to give you guys an idea of what you can do if you have, you know, a good stash of beads left from these boxes. So, I mean, if not, you could always go to curatedbeadbox.com and check and see the website. They may still have some of these boxes available. And you can use my code, Jerry35, and you will receive 35% off your first month's box. And this is from Twilight Twinkle. This is from My Rose Garden. And this is from Western Whimsy. And I really love how they turned out. They're bold, bright, beautiful, and boho. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye-bye.